All right, I think Erica has started recording, so I don't want to waste our recording time with music. Can you guys all hear me okay? All right, so Erica, her son is not feeling the greatest, so she is probably not going to be present in video form, but she's going to try to tune in as much as possible while tending to him. But I asked Mindy to talk tonight about Energize, and not just about the benefits of Energize, because I think most of us know that, but really give some ideas on ways to really share Energize and all that it has to offer. So take it away, Mindy.
Hey, hey. Okay, so we all know that Mindy loves Energize. If you follow me on social media, I live on it. So one thing that I've been doing, which I stole from Erica to get my customers to at least try it, is every time a customer buys something from me, I send them a thank you card and I stick an Energize packet in the card. It is one serving. And you can buy these. They sell them in a box of 10 for $13.46 with your Coach discount. So it's $1.30. And then if they buy it, that's, money in your pocket. It's like $10 commission. For a customer, it's $50 for a tub, which is 40 servings. For a Coach, it's $37. If you're not using Energize, I highly suggest that you at least buy the packets and try it. Energize for me is the product that I get the most people asking what I'm drinking, even more than Shakeology, because I never mention the name and they see that I drink it and then turn into a crackhead. So I drink it not only for my workouts. I do not drink coffee. And for most people that do drink coffee, they drink it with tons of milk, cream, and sugar in it. So I drink this at 3:00 when I'm, having that crash. So I suggest it to teachers, and everybody at my work sees me drinking. I have a couple guys there drinking it to replace their afternoon coffee with a serving of Energize. So that's been working. I get a lot of people that push back because they're afraid of the caffeine. The caffeine is 100% derived from green tea and coffee bean extract, and it only has 100 milligrams, only 15 calories, and only 2 grams of sugar. So if you compare that to a coffee, it is much less, but same effect, and no crash. I do suggest that if people don't drink a lot of coffee, that they try like half a scoop or half a serving first, because I know when I started drinking it, it doesn't happen anymore because I'm becoming immune to it, I think. But my cheeks and hands would get a little tingly. And I think we've all experienced like that tingle when you first drink it. But I just tell them that that'll go away. So great substitute for coffee. And also for those guys that you see drinking Red Bull and Monster and all that, definitely suggest it because it's a great tool. And let this be curiosity on your social media. Never mention the name. Name it whatever you want. Unicorn juice, go-go juice, highlighter drink, whatever, and guaranteed people will comment and ask you what it is. So it's a great add-on sale for customers, and it's a great tool for us to use. So I think that's all I got.
I love that. And I think there's so much value too in putting it in a different container than your shaker cup and sharing it, like how Erica shares her shake in that cute little wine glass with, it says like make today joyful or something. I don't know what it says, but or choose joy. I mean, people I'm sure are like, I wonder what that purple thing stuff is in there. And I mean, if you put that yellow stuff in another cup, they're going to ask about it. Okay. So some of you may have seen that I shared in the team page a copy of a PDF of a worksheet that I created. And I created it in Google Docs so that you guys can actually, I'm going to share the link with you and you can go in and utilize it on Google Docs if you want to. or you can print it out and handwrite it if you want to. It's very simple. But the reason why I created this is because I run my challenge groups with Christy, Anna, Sarah, and Skylar. And I feel like we have created like the secret sauce, because especially at the beginning of the school year this year, I was in a place where I felt overwhelmed in like every dimension of life, because a new job, it was just a lot going on. And I know that a lot of us have a lot going on all the time. And we always say, delegate, delegate, delegate. And we say that, but we don't necessarily teach each other what works and what doesn't in terms of delegation. And there are some of us who have a really hard time letting go of control in certain aspects of our business. And if we're honest, challenge groups are pretty much like the creme de la creme of our business. They're what set us apart of other businesses. So I wanted to kind of create this formula or this worksheet that everyone could use, that you could just plug in your information for your group. And it doesn't matter if you're doing them. I hope nobody's doing them alone, but if you're doing them alone, this helps you to plan it out. If you're not doing them alone, it helps you to really explain or really understand what's expected of you and what you're expecting of other people you're working with while you're working. I'm going to close out the chat thing because I have severe ADD and cannot focus while that's popping up at me. So first of all, let me tell you what we do, and then I'm going to actually share my screen and walk you through the worksheet and then I'm going to teach you how to use the worksheet on Google, just in case you're not familiar with Google, because what I don't want is everyone to be filling out the same sheet, and then for me to go in and fill it out and be erasing Mindy's stuff to put my own stuff in, and then Mindy going in and being like, well, crap, where's my stuff? So I want to teach you guys how to use that to your advantage, and then open it up for questions if you have any questions about our system. So I do want to say this is not all my idea. I just took what we do and put it in the worksheet because I feel like everybody that I work with deserves credit because we've created this together. So there are 5 of us and there are 5 main days of the week. So what we decided is I would be assigned a day, everyone else would be assigned a day. And that means we're responsible for everything that's supposed to be posted for that entire day. So in our groups, we do a morning check-in for the workout. We don't add value in the morning because we found that so many people are doing their workouts in the morning and then posting sweaty selfies that our value is getting pushed down to the bottom of the group and people aren't seeing it or engaging with it. So instead, we've created the same graphic we use every day, and it says like daily workout check-in, and everybody posts their sweaty selfie in the comments there. So we can all love on each other and they're not pushing down all the other important stuff that we want people to see throughout the day. So that's one thing that's been really beneficial in our group. The second post of the day that we are responsible for is our value post or our content post. We have decided that these need to be posted between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. We decided that because we feel like most people are hopping onto their phones and onto Facebook shortly after lunch or shortly after or before they're leaving work. So we felt like that was a really good time frame to post then. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the whole Facebook algorithm thing that's making everything wonky on your feed is making everything wonky in all of our groups too. That's the reason why so many goal posts that go on our Team Evolve page, I don't see them or they don't get any comments or likes. It's because people aren't seeing them. So we really have been brainstorming on ways to make sure that everything we really need people to see and we really feel makes a difference for our challengers is being seen, regardless of the algorithms that are constantly changing, thanks to Facebook. So our value post is added between 1 and 3, and that's also because I'm a teacher and I'm not comfortable at my new job posting during the day. So I just schedule it for 3 p.m. Then our evening post is another check-in. And we used to do like, did you do your workout today? Did you drink your Shaco today? how was your eating today on a scale of 1 to 5? Like we had a list of questions, and we actually changed it this month because we've really been trying to focus on not getting on the scale, not focusing on numbers. We found that our people were really, really bogged down with all that. It was too much and overwhelming. So what we've done is I've taken something from my teaching, and we're doing something called 2 stars and a wish. If you're a teacher, you may have heard of this before, but when we are editing, writing in my classroom, every time we edit, we're allowed to give, we have to give, 2 positive things, so 2 stars, and then 1 thing we want them to grow on. So not something they've done wrong, not something they did poorly at, but some area of focus for the next time we meet. So that's what we're doing with our check-in in the evening now. We're saying these are 2 things I did really well with today. Maybe all I did good at is I pushed play and I drank my shake. My wish is what I'm going to focus on, what I'm going to do better tomorrow. So that's how we're doing our evening check-ins. When I say that each of us is responsible for all 3 of those posts on one day, what I mean is we actually get together, and I am going to strongly encourage you if you're not already doing this. So we actually get together on a Zoom call, the 5 of us, at least a week before prep week starts. So that we can, and even though we've been following this same template for 3 or 4 months now, we still get on a live call with each other about a week before prep week starts, not before the group starts, before prep week starts. And we make sure that we're all on the same page. We all agree. We all feel strong, good about what we're doing. And we also kind of talk about what our topics are going to be. So for example, last month we did a Rock Your Closet accountability group. So every Wednesday was what I wore Wednesday. Wednesday was my day to post. So every Wednesday I did what I wore Wednesday, and I created a post centered around feeling good in your clothes, and everybody shared their OOTD for the day in the comments of that post. The reason why we get on and we discuss those things is because we're not wasting our time, I should say, creating this Google Doc with every single daily post on it. What we're doing is we are just believing that we're all in this for the right reasons. We all have value to bring to the table. And so what we're doing is saying, Lindsay, you're responsible for Wednesdays. What's your topic going to be? And if I say every Wednesday I'm going to post about Shakeology, then on the other days, people are going to choose different topics to add value about. They're not going to talk about Shakeology in their post because we don't want to overlap. They don't need to know what I'm saying. They don't need to know. I don't have to have it all mapped out for them to look at and check and make sure that I have a good post set up. They just trust that on Wednesday, when it's my turn to post, I'm going to show up, I'm going to post, and it's going to be about whatever I told them it was going to be about. Now, obviously, it's going to be catered to what I'm experiencing or to, something that our challenge group has said they're struggling with, but there's a general topic. It's a broad topic that I know I'm responsible for posting about 1 day a week. So that's how we're kind of mapping out our groups. We have an understanding of what our theme is and how our posts each day are going to fit into that theme. So now what I'm going to do is share my screen with you. Please don't judge me. I have tons of crap all over my screen. But I want to share this with you guys so that you can see. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. So that you can see what this looks like. And then I also went ahead and started filling it in for our current group just to kind of show you how this template would work if you were filling it in. So up here, this is the name of our group. These are the dates it's running. December 4th was our prep week. So tomorrow is actually day 1 of our accountability group. I have a space here for you to list the responsible coaches. This is just, I feel like this is an accountability thing. Like if your name's there, you need to show up on the day that you're supposed to show up. Here, I have a space for anything extra or special that you're doing in your challenge group this particular month. So for example, this month during prep week, we did a scavenger hunt because we noticed that prep week people kind of tune out. They don't really, show up for that. And we wanted to kind of force them. We didn't want to just share where the resources were. We wanted them to find them and then share them with us. And so we turned that into, instead of doing like a points challenge this month, we did that scavenger hunt, and the person with the most entries wins a prize. And we're also doing 12 days of fitness within our group. Then I have a prep week posting schedule, and I just put some topics there that we use in ours. I know some of you guys are already doing this, which is amazing, but I wanted to share like some ideas in case you're not. And then we also do this on like a rotating basis because a lot of our challengers are repeat challengers. So we don't want them all getting the same information month after month after month. So we kind of rotate some of these topics. But let's say, for example, Monday is Sarah's day to post. I'm just going to leave that bold and underlined to save time. And she is going to, so actually Monday was Anna's day to post. And Anna posted about the resources on Beachbody On Demand. And so when she did that, because we were doing a scavenger hunt, she also made them go into Beachbody On Demand and take a picture of their workout calendar and share it in the comments so we knew what program they were working on and so that they knew how to access it. Let's say Tuesday was Sarah, and she talked about meal prep tips. So she talked about meal prep and then had them find a recipe that fit into the meal plan and share it in the comments of her post. Wednesday was my day to post, and I talked about, oh my God, what did I post about? I can't even remember. Let's say PD, and we actually gave them a podcast to listen to and then reflect on. But if they didn't want to do that, if they were already reading a book that they felt like was personal development, they just shared what they were reading. And the reason we're doing these things is to kind of get them realizing that the group is not the only resource available to them. There's so much more to this than just showing up and pushing play and sharing your sweaty selfie. And then also, you really should be catering your challenge groups to be developing all of your challengers into coaches. So that's why we really try to focus on personal development, sharing the resources and those types of things. So I'm going to scroll down and share with you like our daily posting schedule. So for this particular group, I'm gonna share with you what we did last time. So Anna on Mondays shared about starting your week off right. Every Monday she posted about like setting the tone for your week. And then that was the value she added. Sarah posted about Shakeology and all the benefits of it. I did OOTD, what I wore Wednesday, yada, yada, yada. So you're seeing now, like, it's not a matter of writing out every single post that you're going to write, because let's be honest, we can do that and it's cookie cutter and it's easy to copy and paste. But if it feels cookie cutter to you, it probably feels cookie cutter to your challengers, especially if your challengers are repeat challengers and you're putting them in your groups over and over again. Over here, I did put that every day we do our daily workout accountability check-in and we assign a time. So I put time in parentheses because we all post that at the exact same time every day so that our challengers know when to show up or when it's going to show up. Our evening check-in is the same way. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every night. And then we can either go live or do our coach post, our value post, between 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Sorry, I said 3 p.m. earlier. So those are things that are like givens. Like that's just the typical schedule. And here is where we change things on a monthly basis based on what the theme of our group is. I'm going to stop for a second and just see if anybody has any questions before I move on to sharing how to use that in Google Docs. Is it if you have a question, raise your hand and I'll unmute you if you want, instead of trying to do the chat thing. Anybody? Michelle, let me unmute you. Oh, I can't. You have to unmute yourself, Michelle.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What do you do on the weekends?
So on Saturdays, we normally talk about a superfood. that's within Shakeology, just to kind of spotlight it and share with people why Shakeology is different than a regular protein drink. On Sundays, we generally do more of like a check-in, like just making sure you're showing up. And I actually made, on the worksheet, I made it like a weekend time slot instead of a Saturday, Sunday. You can change that and make your Saturday, Sunday if you want, but we don't tend to do, I mean, we're still posting. We're still doing our daily morning check-in and our evening check-in both days. But the value piece is not as concrete. We kind of just add value if we feel like it, and if we don't, then we just do our sweaty selfies and move on. Really more of an accountability piece for the weekends.
I saw a Rack Room tab open. I was just wondering what you were shopping for.
I got a text message saying I had a $15 reward.
Just kidding.
Yes. Oh, and Christy is amazing. So she creates a weekly meal plan for herself, and then she like color codes it and makes it all amazing in Google. And then she shares that with the entire challenge group so that they can follow it if they choose to. So they do have a concrete meal plan instead of just saying, here's how the container system works. You know, they do have something concrete to follow if they want. I'll be honest, doing it this way has taken such a load off my shoulders. And we're all in a group text, and we were all talking about it the other day. Like, we don't even know how we would be doing this without this system that we have in place now. It's so nice. It's so nice not to stress about it. All right. So the way, do you keep your group running? We create new every month, and we invite at the end of every month. So on the Sunday of before, like tonight, Christy posted saying you need to take your goodbye pictures, like your before pictures. And then on the last day of the challenge, which is actually December 31st, we're going to take our after pictures, and everyone shares them. And then we say, this group is going to get archived. It's not going to be available, and you'll still have access to it, but you're not going to be able to post in it, and people aren't going to see anything that you're doing in it. If you choose to move on with us to the next group, click this link to the next group. This is what the group's going to be about. And if you would rather just have like an accountability piece where you just share your sweaty selfies, then we put them in what we have a group called Team Evolve Lifers, and we just put them in there. And we share our sweaty selfies and that kind of thing in there, but we don't do like our value posts and things like that in there. That's really more or less a like, hey, I got it done today kind of thing for everybody. Jackie had a question about your downline. So I invite members of my downline to be in my group. I usually post in my personal coach page. If you don't have a group this month, let me know, and then I add them in there. I'll invite new coaches to be in there for as long as they feel comfortable. And usually when I do that, we try to start, like Skylar is actually a new coach, and she's one of Christy's coaches. And she showed an interest in really like stepping up and being a leader. So she just took over an entire day. Whereas if I had a brand new coach that joined this month, I might say, hey, my day to post is Wednesday. I would like for you to make a post on Wednesday. It doesn't mean I'm getting myself off the hook. I would probably still post, but I would also get them doing it too, not just like sitting back and enjoying the ride. I really want them to understand why we do what we do and how we do it, so that I would, give them a little responsibility too, so that they're learning by doing. Okay, I think I answered all the questions. So if you're not familiar with Google, I can make a video about this instead of taking up a ton of our team call with it. I guess I could real quick share my screen again and show you too. Let me do that, because then it will be on here and it will be a video. All right. So when you're in the worksheet, this is, Come on, move, move, move. This is the original worksheet. When you're in here, if you start typing on this and I share the link with all of you, everyone's going to see what you've typed. And then when they edit it, they're going to erase your stuff and you're going to see what they typed. And it's going to get extremely frustrating because you're going to keep erasing each other's stuff. And when you go back in, it's going to be gone. So what you need to do, you must do this, it's so important, is you need to go to File and you need to go to Make a Copy and you need to click Make a Copy. And it's just going to it's going to pretty much carbon copy this worksheet into your Google Drive. And it's going to say, copy of challenge group template worksheet. You can rename it whatever the heck you want. But then you're going to click OK. And this is the one you need to be typing on. It should always say copy when you're typing on it. If it doesn't, you are typing on the one that everybody has access to, and it's gonna work out fine in the moment, but then the next time someone goes in there, it's going to all be gone because they're gonna erase it so that they can use it. So you wanna make sure that you make a copy every time. What I do is I make a copy and keep it blank, and then I make a copy of the copy, and that's the one I start typing in. That way I always have a blank copy and I always have a working copy. We have not used this worksheet. I created this worksheet today based on what we do as a group. And what I did is Christy normally takes notes during our Zoom call the week before prep week. And I went into her notes because she's really detailed and really good about it. And I just kind of was like, okay, these are things that we need to make sure that we include on the worksheet. And this is how I'm going to format the worksheet so that people can just plug in where they need to plug in. So we haven't actually used this worksheet yet, but I shared it with the girls and then they gave me their feedback. And then this is what I came up with for the final product. I'm not saying it won't change, but I did put that PDF in the files if you want to print it out and just write in it every month. Or if you're a Google person and you want to just type in it, and then each month you could just go in and change your challenge group name. Like, we've been doing this for 4 months now, and Wednesday's been my day to post every day for 4 months now. And what we were doing originally is we would have a day to post and then we would have a different day to go live. So I would post on Wednesdays and then on Fridays I would go live. And really that was just so that the challengers didn't think like Wednesday was Lindsay's show and Friday was Sarah's show and Monday was so-and-so. Like, we wanted them to know that we were all doing this together, and that way they're comfortable doing it together as well. And so we gave ourselves a day to post and then a different day to go live. And the live was always like whenever we could make it fit into our day and whatever we had on our hearts to share. So maybe it was that I struggled with poor eating today, so I'm going to go in and just share that and let them know that I'm not going to let it derail me tomorrow, kind of thing. So if you want to do that format, you can. Since we're posting 3 times a day now, we've decided not to do that right now. But that doesn't mean next month we won't. So when we use the worksheet, my name will always stay on Wednesday, because once you've got that schedule set, it's kind of like, I know Wednesday is my day to post. So it's natural on Wednesdays. And I have an alarm on my phone to make sure I posted by a certain time, because I knew if I haven't, then I'm letting everyone down. So we just always say Wednesday's Lindsay's day. The topic's going to change each month, but the day is always going to stay the same, just so, because you get into a habit, and why change what's not broken. Daily posts, a mix of posts and live videos. So we have the 3 posts every day. The morning post is the check-in for the workout. Like I said, we do this because if people keep posting their sweaty selfies, it just turns into a lot of sweaty selfies and anything else kind of getting stuck down at the bottom. Because, then we all go back and comment on them, and that pops them all up to the top again. So you can still comment on them if they're just sharing their sweaty selfie in the comments of the image. But this month is the first month that, since Wednesday is my day to post, I keep using that as an example, I have to post my value between 1 and 4. So I can set something up in Buffer if I want to, or I can say at 3 p.m. when the kids are gone, I'm going to hop on live on Wednesday and share something that way. I have to post. It can be live or it can be a post. It's up to me, whatever is convenient for me. But in the past, they have been a mixture. Every day there's been a post and every day there's been a live video by a different coach. Are there any other questions? Is anybody doing anything in their challenge groups that's working that is different, or have something that you might want to add to the worksheet after you looked at it? Christy or Anna or Sarah or Skylar, do you guys want to add anything? Sarah, we can't hear you. Are you talking?
Yeah, I found my mute button. I just wanted to say that another really important piece of running the groups together has been communication, because life happens, and even though we've had the same days assigned for several months in a row, like there are some Tuesdays where I work 9 to 9 and my clinic is so busy that I know I'm not going to be able to go live, so I just throw it out there, is anybody willing to switch days with me? And like this last time Anna switched with me, it actually worked better for her, and then I went live on her day. So communication has been really, really important. Like, you probably want to have either a text thread or a Facebook Messenger thread with your people, because then it's just a quick, like, we probably communicate every single day, honestly, and it's just, it works more, there's a much better fluidity with it, and we realize that, like, life happens, and so sometimes it's nice to run it with a group because there's always somebody to kind of back you up, and that's what being a team is about. So that was all I wanted to say.
Oh, and I just wanted to kind of underscore what Lindsay said about doing the Zoom calls. I mean, we've been doing this for months, so you could go with, oh, we already know what we're doing, we can just send a couple texts and we're good. But it has made a huge difference to get on a Zoom call, see each other, and talk at least once a month, because for one, we come up with new ideas. It just makes it feel more I don't know, you feel like you're really participating in the group somehow, and you're not phoning it in. You have to show up each month and make sure you're participating in that. Doing that Zoom call really makes us each be invested in showing up for the group, and I think that that's really important. Don't let it get on autopilot by just, oh, we're gonna do the same thing last month, all right, cool. I think that really helps us a lot at checking in visually and talking every month.
And Anna, you forgot to mention about having a Christy in the group.
I'm sorry. You have to have a Christy in your group to type everything up and remind people to do stuff when they forget. But you can't have our Christy. You have to have your own.
Y'all are nerds.
No, but seriously, what I wanted to say about that real quick is, like, we will have a Zoom call and it feels like everything is so clear. And then like 15 minutes later, I'm like, wait a minute, crap. But thank goodness Christy has come through every single time and she's got it all down. So have somebody take notes. That is, even though you think you've got it, there you go over
We're
so
all
much.
moms. It doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
And you know how much I love Google. Something we've started doing since Christy's sharing all the notes through Google. We're actually commenting. I don't know if you guys know how you can do that, but you can do that on the worksheet. If you are using the worksheet through Google, you can highlight your particular stuff and you can just highlight it and comment and say scheduled for the month. And that way we do that for accountability, but also because if they all see that I scheduled something and then they don't actually see it post, we know either Buffer screwed up or I posted it in the wrong group or something happened, and they can be like, Lindsay, I don't see your stuff. So it's another nice accountability piece to be able to comment and say, like, this is all scheduled for this time. Like this month I scheduled all the daily check-ins in the morning because we figured if we're using the same graphic every day, there's no point in everyone posting it. So I just went in Buffer and posted it for every single day at the same time. And I said it's posted for this time every day. So they know if they don't see it when they go in to do their workout, they can be like, it's not there, Lens. So that's a nice added piece with Google if you use Google at all.
And it definitely helps with this control freak. I know that everybody's done what they're supposed to be doing, so I can let go of some control.
All right, I know that we're almost out of time, so is there any more questions? If you are not currently in a challenge group and you want to be in ours, you're welcome to be this month. Just message me or comment tomorrow when Erica shares this call, comment below it and say, I need a group, and I will happily add you to ours, and you can participate and see what we do, and then, you know, find your people and do it with them. So.
Yes, my biggest piece of advice is find some people to do it with. Do not do this by yourself.
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything you want to say, Erica, before we wrap up?
Nope, I'm stealth mode tonight.
Okay.
Good job. Good job, everyone. Good job.
All righty. Good night, guys.
Good night.